So out of sync is the savage language and behaviour of blockbuster surrealists like America's newly elected president or viral marketing murderers ISIS that Ernst or Dali may have painted a more familiar picture of the now than any logic could hope to extract from reality itself. The nature of our demise is undefined, but its feeling defines us. Whether or not this amorphous apocalypse blocking optimism's rays in the abstract canvas of the present actually proves to be cataclysmic on account of America's natural conclusion in Trump, Islamic State, some mindless machination of cyber, chemical or nuclear warfare or further environmental catastrophes, is an answer blanketed by a haze made impenetrable by a select few. But to care too much about this frenzied stagger toward ruin is to be crippled by anxiety and shame. Like cigarettes swallowed whole, our ubiquitous infernos of personal, economic, and ethnic shame blister us from the inside until leaders offer to exorcise these demons, to weaponize this shame and project it outwards, like searing missiles of hate directed at those whom we're instructed to blame. Where disenchanted, marginalized, and underrepresented people exist, so too shall exploitative leaders. It is not the leaders, however, to whom we must direct the focus of our understanding, but their followers, who are disillusioned for reasons that we are obligated to understand. Each individual's emotional triggers are the same as the next, and placed in different circumstances, we may well choose to follow these leaders too. But instead of cultivating our empathy or our understanding, our media is a reactionary morass of Murdoch-pioneered celebrity, violence and smut. For modern media masterminds like Trump and ISIS, these gold mines of divisiveness and banks of raw fame, void of all historical context, have shaped a mythological Mordor. Superheroes and subhuman villains face off in apocalyptic battles for humanity on the news and in our feeds. This is our reductive reality as it is constructed for us through our complicity. But beholden to this constructed reality, these attacks on imagination architected by our parent generation, we are not. The still flexible and imaginative youth, that particularly receptive demographic still malleable to progression, is the prospect for change, and these technologies, they are our domain. From within this extraordinarily loud library of information, until now just used for ripping out pages to yell in the faces of our own tribes, before lighting and shoving into Molotov cocktails to throw at the other, we can now reset, and we can mobilize. With this global far-right, this antithesis of progression now clearly established, the youth of the left must now cooperate with education and action on a scale of influence not known before. Seeking to understand and then empathise with all those whom we are indoctrinated to hate necessitates educating ourselves and each other. Putting our personal and collective shame to use requires taking historical ownership for the wrongdoings of our races, religions, and gender. Do we understand why someone may vote for a racist, sexist demagogue? Can we comprehend why a young man or woman may fight for ISIS? The mother of Zarqawi, the forefather of ISIS, said her son joined an Islamic extremist group because he could not find a job. If we cannot understand him, we remain complicit in the cycle of hatred we espouse to reject. This week's events saw the global right further galvanise around regression and exclusion. Leaders' egoistic motivations and exploitations of the disillusioned will never change. But ordinary people can change when they are understood, when they are represented and appreciated. The fractured youth of the left, out of necessity, must now begin to abandon its pettiness and outrage syndrome, both online and offline, in the name of unifying around the appreciation and involvement of all those who feel marginalised, especially those who would wish to marginalise them.